First, we solved the issue of easy onboarding to the Polkadot ecosystem. Now, people can onboard with their Apple and Google accounts, and that would be super secure, because this is our top priorities, to make the Web3 easy available and secure.
I'm CEO at Novasama Technologies, and also I'm the project leader on the Nova wallet. When I started to work in Web3, which was like 2018, I was working in blockchain industry, but it was not in the public blockchain area. So it was like a private blockchain area. My main job was to bring basically the blockchain technologies to the enterprise sector in Asia. So I was leading a team of highly talented engineers, highly passionate, just like myself. Just at some point we realized that there were a lot of limitations and constraints in this company. And basically we left the previous company to build in the Polkadot. So it was kind of like a leap of faith, which now paid off. And we are here.
So when we first joined the space and started discovering and looking around, we found out that there was no easy way for regular users to use Polkadot. So we saw it as a great opportunity for us to join and provide Polkadot, a great tool for users to access their funds and operate within Polkadot.
If you take a look on the Polkadot treasury, right, as a concept, right, and if you compare with the similar opportunities across other ecosystems, you will find out that Polkadot treasury providing you much more opportunities actually to build the actual stuff that is needed. It allows you to focus on your product and deliver really a high quality product besides thinking about like monetizing it first. Of course, you always need to take into account because in the end of the day, valuable product should bring monetization, right? However, the Polkadot allows you to kind of not postpone, I would say, but prioritize a more important stuff, in my opinion, right? Such as, for example, as a wallet builder, I don't need to think of raising the funds. And that means that I don't need to think about creating a token. Usually wallet providers, they're selling the user's data, right? This is not the case with us. So we don't need to sell users' data because we can focus on building the high quality product. NovaWallet was the first native mobile application for the Polkadot, which means that it was written on the Kotlin and Swift, which is like a native languages for Android and iOS, respectively. And it provides you the fastest access possible, right? If you compare even NovaWallet with some of the desktop apps or browser extensions, right, which are written on the JavaScript, that limits you to so-called single-thread execution, which means that your program runs in just like a single core. Writing the software on the native languages on the mobile devices, such as Kotlin and Swift, opens your gateway to the multi-threading execution, which means that we can execute all the connections in parallel for the multi-chain future. So NovaWallet is really like the fastest wallet around there. All in all, NovaWallet serves as this all-in-one solution for the Polkadot ecosystem. It not only satisfies all of the Polkadot token use cases, which is staking, governance, crowd loans at this point, right? And soon it will be changed to the Coretime, right? But all three use cases can be accessed through the NovaWallet. In general, whole ecosystem, all the parachains, all the transfers and all the features, any DApp can be accessed through the NovaWallet. The users of the NovaWallet, right, they can benefit of having the best high quality mobile application comparing like with other ecosystems, and it's open source, right? It doesn't track you, it doesn't record any of your data, even like for statistics or whatsoever, right? There are zero fees, right? Everything happens directly with the blockchain. The code is high quality because we have time to implement stuff, right? We have time to design stuff properly. So all of this, in the end of the day, creates this, like, I would say, like top level product.
We made several iterations to staking. There was no easy way for user to just one click and start staking in one click. But after a year of observation and listening to user feedback, we realized that there is a need for a better improvement. So we designed a new solution, which is currently available in Nova for like a half a year. And we can see how it reflects in user metrics, because currently we reach like 10 million dots staked with Nova. So we see that users are really enjoying the product, and we see how less questions we receive. We want users to not to ask us questions, but just use the product.
People need to have a simple stuff, right? They need to have a simple stuff, and they need to have something new from the Web3, some new value. Staking is amazing example because it allows you to earn more money comparing with, let's say, all these interest rates in the banks, right? So compare the interest rates in your local bank, which is usually like a couple of percents, right? With the staking Polkadot, which is a relatively stable token with possibility to go up, down, but still it's top 10 coin, right? And basically 16 to 18 APYs, it's huge. We indeed do not charge anything from our users. We carefully right now designing and even implementing the ways how to earn the revenue, right? But every time we do so, the first priority is to not make user pay for something. We have improved the usability just recently by releasing a feature called the push notifications. Every time you receive the staking rewards, basically you receive the push notifications, which says the amount of the tokens and then also the fiat equivalent. This is something what you usually have in the Web2 apps, like a banking apps, but which you don't usually have in the Web3 wallets. I would say that push notifications right in the Polkadot ecosystem is a next level, because if you compare it with any other ecosystem, we have this use case with the governance, completely on-chain governance, right? And basically getting notified about the new proposal, about the proposal changing its status to approval, to rejecting, it's a game changer, right? And the cool stuff that users can fully customize their push notifications, so they can enable, disable, select like tracks for the governance, select certain coins for the staking rewards. All of this is basically allowed for them.
The company is not only working on No Wallet, which while being our primary product, we also have a few other projects. One of them, it's a Telenova, which is a Telegram-based wallet. So we aim to provide even simpler onboarding to Polkadot. I would say its main unique features is to seamless onboarding via Telegram. So anyone using Telegram might just go to the bot, because bots are already part of everyday's life of every Telegram user. You don't need to bother maintaining your passphrase, managing the backup yourself. You can securely backup it to the Telegram cloud and restore it on any device that you have your Telegram logged in.
We need to take a look to the history of blockchain wallets to understand Telenova. I think first ever like cloud backup solution, when people started to do something more like hiding this passphrase by some password and storing it on the cloud. That was, I think it was released like in 2019, like first ever like prototypes as such, and they've been highly criticized. Because as soon as you take the passphrase, even if you encrypt it and just store it in the cloud, that means that you're not no longer self-custodial, right? Because your passphrase is now on the server of, let's say, Google. And someone in Google can just open your cloud and then get access to your money, right? However, years been passing by, right? So 2001, 2022, and more people in the crypto industry realize that we cannot reach 1 billion users if we continue to build wallet in the same direction. So it's interesting that the same concept right now is welcomed completely differently if you compare it when it was invented.
So basically, we wanted to improve user experience while still preserving some necessary level of security guarantees, because we still consider security to be a first priority whatever we do.
The way how we store the private key, the way how we pass it to the cloud, the way how it's stored on the cloud, all of this, we made sure that it's highly secure. So as a wallet, you take responsibility in such decisions. So you need to make sure that user creates a really strong password, which means that encryption that will be made with this password will be strong enough to store it on the cloud. Some of the wallets decide to omit completely, so they don't even ask for the password, and this is a red flag for the security of such wallets. So in Telenova, I believe the requirements are that it's 8 symbols, and also it's numbers and letters. Since it is encrypted, attacks such as like a middleman, when the hacker can interfere between you and, let's say, the cloud server and basically listen the traffic, they can still do it if you connect to the public Wi-Fi, for example. But what they will receive is this encrypted piece of data, which is like, good luck.
Even if they retrieve the encrypted version, they won't be able to decrypt it thanks to encryption methods we use, which are specifically designed to make the decryption as slow as possible. So if you're trying to brute force it, you won't be able to do it.
Telenova as a product was designed to be a wallet for like a beginners, right? So just an entry point. So we can assume that people will not store $1 million in Telenova because people who own $1 million in crypto, they most likely will use different wallet, right? So Telenova is really designed for people to enter the ecosystem, to check how it works, to play around it, right? And then move to more powerful solutions such as Nova Wallet, for example. One of the unique features which exist, I would say, only in Telenova, right? Even if you compare the native wallet of the Telegram, because they also have their own one. The very unique feature of the Telenova is sending tokens to anyone in Telegram in self-custodial way. Native wallet by Telegram doing it in a custodial way, we are doing it in completely self-custodial way. When we say something done in a self-custodial way, it means that you as a person, you basically only you own it, right? So it is not a Telenova as application or as a system has access to it, to your money. Comparing to other solutions, custodial one, whenever you transfer money, this is basically like a change in a database that this money is now located in this database record, right? When in self-custodial solutions, it's a real transfer of the assets, basically, from one point to another point. And these points are accessed only by the private key openers of these points. And by how we made it to work, that is completely unique, and it was like, I think, like 6 or 7 iterations of trial and error.
In Telenova, users not only able to send funds via the address, which is a typical way to do it in a Web3 wallet, but they can also send, like, create a gift and send it as a message to anyone in Telegram. You can even send it to a group. And the way it works is that it doesn't actually require a wallet, because you just send a gift and the recipient can click the link, and if he doesn't have a wallet created in Telenova, he will be prompted to create the wallet, and then he will be prompted to claim the gift.
Now we also have a vision what to do further with the Telenova, and I'm pretty excited about it. For example, right now you have access only to the Polkadot, Kusama, and Westend, which is like a testnet, but we're going to expand and add all of the networks that you can see in a Nova Wallet, which is like hundreds of them, right? But again, anytime we talk about adding something to the Telenova, we need to understand what kind of product it is. It is simple, lightweight, seamless experience for beginners, right? So we cannot put 100 new tokens on the one screen because users will be just lost. So whenever we say we're gonna add 100 networks to Telenova, we have to do it right. We have just released our recent update, which is version 8. It introduced the feature called Cloud Backups, but this is a pretty big feature for several target audiences of the users, right? So Cloud Backups solves multiple issues. First of them is easy onboarding. So now people can onboard in like one-click experience, which is very similar to Web2 applications. So anyone in the world can now download Nova Wallet to access the Polkadot within just one click. Right, one click will allow them to create a wallet. We basically eliminated this learning curve of all these passphrases things and all this hustle, which usually was a basically blocker or like a no-go for the newcomers, for the blockchain world, including Polkadot, right? You use a really strong password and Nova helps you to do so, right? It suggests you like the amount of symbols, like numbers, whatever, right? And then once you came up with this strong password encrypts your wallet set, right? And other data that you have in Nova. And basically this is stored on your personal cloud. So iCloud or Google Drive. The iCloud and Google Drive providers like Apple and Google, they cannot do anything with this file because they don't know this huge strong password, right? So they cannot decrypt it, they cannot use this. But you or a user can, because the users have their own super strong password, and this password will basically help them download this wallets on their Nova wallet, and only on the Nova wallet decryption is happening, right? So they decrypt these keys, and these keys again stored on the Nova wallet side. So people can now onboard much easier into the Web3, right? But also existing users can enable or disable this feature, whatever they want, right? But basically that allows existing users, if they, let's say, have 2 or more wallets in their Nova, they can easily back it up to their Google Drive or iCloud, right? And that unlocks another feature, such as multi-device sync. So you can use the same set of the wallets simultaneously on your multiple devices, right? So let's say on your phone, on your tablet, or even on your laptop, right? The next feature is, it's pretty interesting one because all of us basically updating their phones, right? And existing users can have like a 5, 10, 15 wallets, right? And that means it's a lot of hassle to basically change or upgrade your device, like your main device, right? So now this hassle is gone. You basically enable the cloud backups, you uninstall the Nova from your old phone, you utilize or whatever with the old phone, and then on new phone you just log into the Nova wallet, enter your password, and boom, all your wallets successfully imported to the new device. No need to re-enter each of them, it's just one password that helps you to recover all of them. During last 4 years, we have been passionately developing the wallets for the Polkadot, right? And there is multiple things to uncover, but precisely during the last year, we have been focusing on dramatically improving the usability, right? So we achieved the huge results for the staking, right? So anyone can stake now on the Polkadot with one click. Users can just enter amount and the staking will start. Like no hassle selecting validators, understanding what nomination pool is, nothing. They just enter the amount and everything happens. They have access to all the features that is available on the Polkadot, but if they just want to stake, that is available. So the huge work was done to simplify it as much as possible, right? And we did it. Just recently with version 8, we simplified the onboarding, right? No hassle with passphrases, understanding what passphrase is, understanding how to securely store, never. This is gone, right? This is gone. This is gone for the new users. Still available if you prefer so, right? This is an option, right? But again, to achieve billion users of on the Polkadot, we basically solved this. So all the hassle reduced to one-click onboarding. So now what we have one-click onboarding, we have one-click staking, and now we want to elevate it further, right? We now want people to give some utility on the Polkadot, right? So they quickly onboarded to the Polkadot. They started to stake, they earned these staking rewards, right? And now we want to give them a possibility to utilize these staking rewards. And that's why we decided to go further. And now we would like to introduce a new product, which is the Debit Mastercards on the Polkadot. The first version of our debit cards would basically allow you to send your crypto rewards to our payment provider, right? And the partner provides you the address and the amount that needs to be sent, right? And this is basically processed by the Nova, so the UX is very simple, right? So you decide to top up your card for this amount of, let's say, euros, right? And then the Nova just tells you how much DOT you need to send, right? To open the card, it takes about 10 minutes. And then to each top up takes around 5 minutes. It costs 0. It costs 0 to open the card. I think it costs 0.9, so almost like 1% to basically each top up, right? And that's it. No commission for each payment. It can be added to your Apple Pay, Google Pay, and you can use it anywhere in the world where Mastercard is supported. So we are planning to release the version 1 on September this year, and the whole product is called NovaCard. But what we are also working on and designing right now and implementing is the V2 cards. And this is a decentralized cards or self-custodial cards. And this is much more interesting use case because your balance of the card is actually not stored on the payment provider system, which is like off-ramped crypto, right, at some point. This crypto is now stored on your blockchain account. So you controlling the funds all the time. You can remove them, you can top it up, and this is all updating automatically the card balance, right? So this is very interesting case because it not only gives you more freedom, or it remains, you remain access to your funds, right? Because this is your blockchain account, right? But it also unveils super interesting use cases on the Polkadot, which already supports Nova. For example, you staking the DOT tokens, right? And now you can say that, okay, I won't receive my daily rewards to be not restake on the same account, but to be sent on my card account, right? Which means that every day you will receive nice push notifications in Nova that, okay, you received $30 in the staking rewards. And this exact $30 now available for you on your card balance, because this $30 came to your blockchain account, which associated with your card account, which is in your Apple Pay and available to be used in any place in the world where Mastercard is supported. If we are lucky, we expect version 2 to come up by the end of this year or the beginning of the next year. Right now, what I would say that the Treasury atmosphere is basically decided by the community, right? So you always need to understand the temperature into the room. What are the criteria to fund such projects? And it always goes down to the factors of creating a new value, because it directly impacts basically the price of the token. And if the amount of active users, real active users, grows, right? So Polkadot grows stronger, bigger, that is their interest. So if your proposal is satisfying this, then most likely it will be approved. Identify problem and propose a solution. Ideally, do the proof of concept of the solution that people can play around with, and then submit the proposal retroactively so that people can interact with your work before paying you much more, right? In that way, you will understand the value. So you'll have this reality check, understanding that was your expectation met or not, according to your product and its need in the ecosystem, right? But also the ecosystem will get familiar with your work, with the quality of your work, right? And not only would be able to judge you or give you advice, but also give you like a feedback, a direction, a heads up for using some technology to come up with better results. The Coretime is definitely going to replace the crowd loans, right? So it's just another way now to become a part of the ecosystem, of the Polkadot ecosystem. From the user perspective, it's interesting because previously users were involved in this process, right? And now this is not like as straightforward for them. Like crowd loans were specifically designed for like many people, kind of like staking and validators, right? But instead of validators, we have parachains, and instead of like nominators, we have a crowd loan people. But now it will be changed. Instead, it will be like a Coretime market, and there are endless possibilities to design interfaces in a similar way how it was in the crowd loans, but also how it can be like something like a market, like a stock market for the Coretime. We live in interesting times, right? There are wars happening, right? Which I would never thought that it would be a case, right? And whenever the war happens, basically the people cannot transfer the money as they could before. It surprises to me how many people reached me out because like I'm a friend of someone, right? To introduce me to the blockchain payments, right? In order to provide them opportunity to send money from one place in the world to completely another, because the modern banking is highly centralized, so people cannot move their funds freely. Either delays or it's completely cut it off opportunity for them. So this was a game changer, I think, for the people, and I think it onboarded a lot of people to the blockchain payments. I do believe that at this point we kind of exist in the ecosystem bubble. And my goal and goal of my company would be this year and the next year to expand this bubble or break it basically and provide Polkadot to the mass adoption.
I'm really pleased to see when users are saving like hours of their time when they use Nova. So I'm really want to make Web3 accessible to regular users and not just to a set of technical experts who are passionate about it. Because for Web3 to be truly adopted, we need mass adoption in the first place.
All of this work, like simplifying the onboarding experience to be one click, simplifying staking to be one click, and then creating a brand new use case to basically utilize your crypto on the Polkadot ecosystem, right? And make sure that it's super simple, it's in Web3, right? You control your funds, all of this, right? All of this is basically to achieve the goal onboarding billions of users to the Polkadot.
This is a brand new product which we're about to release this September, that will be available and running on the Polkadot, and the users will now have access to actually spending their magic coins across all of the world where the Mastercard is accepted. So what you want to end up with is the product that everyone would like to use.